The modified own occupation definition, this definition leads with own occupation. However, depending upon the contract and the way it reads, this one can change and vary depending upon the carrier. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, because you have to be careful of some secondary clauses in it.
Often, the most common one I have seen most recently, I mean, it's not common, but when I do see it, I might see it lead with a 24-month clause. So then after 24 months of being paid on own occupation, having the ability to work in any other job, after the 24 months has been met, then if you are working, the benefits would shut off.
Well, they certainly can. There's typically a clause in there which allows the insurance company to make some modifications. And it says, after 24 months on claim, full benefits can be suspended if you are unwilling to do any job for which you're reasonably educated, trained, and in my opinion, the biggest word in the contract, or experienced. And the reason why that or is so big is it's not inclusive, it's exclusive. If it had the word and in there, they could be telling you to go be a school teacher and you say, well, I'm educated enough, but I'm not trained. But if they have the word or, now it's a viable occupation.
So after 24 months of being on disability, if you have other opportunities and you choose not to work in those opportunities, do they have the right to then turn off benefits?
They do. And often they will turn them off. Often they'll say, well, we are going to assume that you would have taken that job, assume that you would have had that income, and so now we get to reduce benefits proportionate to that.
Okay. So own occupation without any of those extra caveats is certainly what we want.
It's the cleanest, especially for anybody that is not primary care. So anybody that's a subspecialist, if you end up with an injury to an index finger and are unable to do surgery, don't have the ability to have the stamina or the capacity to stand for long periods of time, it can be an issue.
I wanted to cover some of the resources we have below in our description box. First, we have our disability insurance physician guide. This will cover the definitions of disability in more detail. Additionally, we have our vocabulary list and our physician disability checklist. This checklist is something that you can print or save on your desktop. That way, when you're doing your research on the different types of writers that are out there, you can keep your notes organized and then you can figure out a way to structure your plan based upon your needs.